Hello, welcome everybody. So we have these Wednesday webinars every Wednesday where we talk about rivers, water, trees, anything related to rivers and environment. And this is to reach out to as many people as we can because we work for rights of rivers and we want more and more people to support us and participate in these activities. So today, our speaker who was planned to present here today could not make it. So today I'm going to present and talk about the Riverfront Development Project for Indrayani River. Now, let me share my screen. Okay, I think you can see it. So it's not that I'm an expert on Indrayani Riverfront Development, but whatever I have studied, I'm going to share this, and then we can have an open discussion on the same. Just before I start this, I want to let you know that this project is a very good example of greenwashing, and it starts right with their with the name that they have given. They are calling this as Indrayani River Rejuvenation. They are not calling it Riverfront Development. They are calling it River Rejuvenation. Okay, just one thing. Whatever questions you have or comments you have, you can put that in the chat. And I have a question for you that shall I continue in English or should I switch to Marathi? I mean, if you want me to speak in Marathi, I can do that as well. Or I can speak in both the languages. So please let me know in chat and we can, I mean, I can switch it accordingly. So, this is about the Indrayani River in short. So basically this river originates in Kurvande River, which is near Lonavala. And then there is this famous Velavan Dam on the river. There is this hydroelectric project also, which is near Kamshet. And we all know that there are holy places we call as Tirtha Kshetra, in Dehu and Alandi, both are on Indrayani river banks, which are famous in Maharashtra and which are very sacred places. And nowadays these places are famous because every time people gather there for any religious or cultural reasons, they can see that water is really polluted. And so this picture, this one here is the Alandi Ghat, where Jnaneshwar Maharaj's Samadhi is there. And the other one, this is where this Indrayani River meets Bhima River. So Bhima, Bhama, and Indrayani, they all three come together at Tulapur. So that's why it's also called as Triveni Sangam. And we all know that in Tulapur there is also Samadhi of Sambhaji Maharaj. Now the reason I have written the length of the river here is this length is 104 kilometers. And the Riverfront Development Project that is going to be there is the length is going to be almost 20.4 kilometers, almost 21 kilometers of length. If you count both the banks, it's going to be 42 kilometers of riverfront developments, 41. That's why I've written this length here. That means if you see 1/5 of the length of the river is going to be the riverfront development project or whatever they call as a river rejuvenation project. And this is the watershed of Indrayani River. So you can see that this Indrayani flows through PCMC. And then here it meets the Bhima River. The total watershed area is about 1,000 square kilometers. And now this is the proposed RFD, Riverfront Development. If you see, actually Indrayani River originates before this. If you go more on the left side, then Dehu is there, and before Dehu this Indrayani originates. So it flows like this, and so the RFD project starts somewhere before this Jadhav Wadi or before Talavde. Okay, so it starts from here and it goes on with Chikli, Moshi, and it ends somewhere near Dhanore. And after, so you can see Alandi is part of it, basically. Alandi is here. Alandi is, this is Jnaneshwar Maharaj temple. So Alandi is here, and then it ends in Dhanore, and after that it goes further, and then it meets the Bhima River. That's where the confluence is. Now, this project, as I said, the length is 20.6 kilometers. So around, you can say 21 kilometers, and both the banks will be 42 kilometers. And the budget is around 1200 crores. Now, I believe that this is not going to be the final project, because if you look at Pune RFD, which is 44 kilometers, that means, and this is set on one bank, right? And this is 21. So let's say this is half of it. And Pune RFD budget is around 5,000, which is 4,700 crores. So if you take half of it, this budget has to be around, 2,400, 2,500 crores. So this is going to get doubled. This will be later on sometime, it will be revised. That's what I believe it's going to happen. Again, here also they are going to channelize the rivers. They are going to build the embankments. But when I show you on the next slides, you will see that it's quite interesting that they have made certain changes. It is not exactly like the Pune RFD, because of maybe the noise we have been making, or because of the points we have been raising. I don't know, is it because of that? But they have made certain changes. Certain changes are good, and a lot of other things are actually greenwashing. That means they say that they are doing it for the environment, but it's more of an appearance than actually doing it. Again, they are going to build these embankments, and there is going to be a continuous walkway along the entire stretch. That means 21 and 21, 42 kilometers of walkway they are going to build on the embankments, of course. And then there will be food courts, there will be parking spaces, restaurants. That means all commercial places will be there. And they said that there will be 7 new vehicular bridges and 2 pedestrian bridges. Now, out of these 7, they have written that 4 in one project and 3 in another project. So I'm not sure whether this project has budget of 4 or 3, but one of that number is in this project, and another number is in another project, and totally they are going to build 7 new bridges on the Indrayani River. Now, this is another different point in Indrayani RFD, which is not in Pune RFD, is they're going to build 1 STP. It's not a big capacity, it's just 9 MLD, but still they are going to build 1 new STP in this. Here also they'll cut down trees, and flora and fauna will be impacted. So these are the pictures of Indrayani River taken in last week and this week. So currently, the 3 people have been doing survey of Indrayani Bank. Monali, Kalyan, and Sucheta. They have been going to different stretches, various stretches, and these are the pictures they have taken. So these are like last week's picture or even this week's picture. So this is how Indrayani River looks today. You can see some of the places, you can see these pebbles, and these are the shindi trees. I don't know what is to be called that. What is it called in English? But shindi tree grows very slowly, so it actually comes to your waist height in like 8-10 years. And these are tall shindi trees. That means they are very old. They might be like 100 years old. And there are lots of birds. And Monali has written good description of what all she saw there. So there is pretty good existing riparian forest and very rich biodiversity there. Now, this is the situation of the water. You can always see toxic foams. Most times, this comes in media because there is this Wari every year, and many pilgrims go to Alandi. They also go to Dehu for Tukaram beach, and this is always very toxic. This comes in media. There is lot of times there is fish kill. You see thousands of fish die, and that also comes in the media. Most of the native fish species are extinct. Near Dehu, they have some protected area where they are still protecting the Mahasir fish. But in many other places, you can't see those fish because of the toxicity of the water. So this is the current situation. On one hand, there is rich biodiversity, and on another hand, the water is really polluted and in bad shape. So now this screenshot I have taken from their DPR. Now look at it. It's very interesting. I'll read this here. Majority of the existing river edges have green areas consisting of a combination of shrubs and medium and large size vegetation. These are the natural riparian edges of the river, which are spread across almost 70% of length along the river. So actually they agree that 70% of the river edges are in natural stage. So natural stage means they are beautiful and that they are in good situation, they are in good condition. But what they are saying is majority of the river edges are natural and no protection measures are taken to protect them from flooding and erosion. Only 4.2% of the river edge has protective measures such as retaining walls. Therefore, it is very crucial to protect the natural river edge from periodic flooding and erosion. So this is how they are justifying the embankment building. So the way the DPR presents it is as if it's something wrong or something bad that 70% of the edges are in natural condition. Actually, we think that when the river is in natural condition, it's good, it's healthy and it's beautiful. But they think that there is something wrong and it's a problem that needs addressing. So also there is another thing that they want to do, that they want to create public access. They want to continuously, they are, here they will always talk about a holistic public realm. So in some cases, they are acknowledging that there are already such spaces, like this Siddhabet garden near Alandi, and this is the boat club in Chikli. So there is this place where people can walk and there is a public access. But now they are not happy with it because it's not their kind of public access. So they are saying that there are few existing public gardens along the river which are currently completely isolated from the river. Actually, not really completely isolated. You see, you can walk here and the river is right here. You can see the river. From here too, from this boat club too, you can see the river properly. But they are saying that completely isolated and do not add to the beauty of the river. The master plan proposal considers these abutting parks and gardens to integrate them seamlessly in the proposal. That means basically they are not happy with this kind of public access. They want to have the embankments and the walkways the way they have designed it. So now this is what their design is. Now what are they saying? Before the embankments, what they are saying is that if you see this, there is going to be this silt deposition or some kind of deposition in the riverbed. Now they are assuming that it is going to be there throughout the river, and that's fine. They're saying that this silt deposition is there, and then there are certain bridges which are at lower level. They're going to remove these bridges. Okay, these low-lying bridges they will remove, or they will increase the height. And they will also remove this silt deposition. Now, once this does, what they say is this water level, which currently is up to here, will go down here. Right? The same amount of water will be up to this new level. That means the current red line, which is up to here, will be up to here. That means they are bringing the red line into the river. Right? Currently, it is outside the river. Now, it will be in the riverbed. So, just to revise, blue line means the maximum flood level in 25 years, and red line means the maximum level the water can reach in 100 years. So, they are saying because we are removing this obstruction which is in the water, now this red line, that means water used to go up to this, which will come only up to this. That means the red line and the blue line will be within the riverbed. What does it mean in other words? In other words, it means that you cannot build anything in the blue line and red line, right? What it means is now you can build here, right? Basically, this is all about, so here you cannot build anything now because it will be in the red line. And the blue line is up to here. So this area will be between blue line and red line. Now that they are saying that they're shifting it in the river, that means this land is free for building construction. So everything finally, no matter whether you call river rejuvenation or whatever, everything finally is about land reclamation, and that's what they are doing here also. Now, what else are they saying? They're saying it is important to understand that the proposed river embankment is not only an engineering solution which will safeguard the surrounding low-lying area from floods. So basically in this DPR, they are claiming that these embankments, because in the Pune RFD, they say that this is not a flood control activity, but in this DPR, they do say that this is for flood control. So this will control, not only it will control floods, but will also enhance and revive the natural ecology of the river, protect the river land from encroachments, elevate and integrate existing and historically significant activities, provide continuous public realm, and create recreational spaces, gathering, and festivities. Okay, so this is what they say that this project is about. And now this is the landscape strategy that they have shown, that how they are going to do it. If whatever you see here, this part is the embankment. Okay, this is the cross section. So this is the walkway, and this is the embankment that they are building. Okay, this is the slope. Now every time we have been telling them that they have to use natural methods. They cannot reduce width of the river. So in this DPR, they are not reducing the width of the river. They are reducing anywhere. So maybe they are not reducing for Indrayani. So what are they doing is that they say that we are doing this for edge protection. So here near the, so this is the river water. So at the edge, they are going to have some riprap and some boulders. म्हणजे गोटे खडी असते ना, असे दगड गोटे आणि खडी टाकणार आहेत ते. सो दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज रिप्रॅप. अँड दे विल हॅव सम ग्रासेस लाईक वेटीवर, वाळ्याचं गवत आपण म्हणतो वगैरे तसं. सो इम्पॉर्टंट grasses that are good for river edge protection. So they will plant this. Now this is your slope of the river embankment. Now they are saying 2:1 slope will be there. And here they are saying that they will have natural riparian densification. Means basically they will plant again some shrubs and trees here, which are supposed to be here. This better in this picture, which are actually all the riparian trees and riparian shrubs they are going to plant here. So what is going to happen? This red line that you see, 1 second, where is my cursor? This red line you see that water can flood up to this this level. So these will be all riparian flora, and they can withstand this water. So this is going to be good, and birds will also come, they are saying. Now this is a walkway, and they will plant trees. So there will be this good canopy. See, they have shown here that this is going to be a tree canopy for shaded walkway. Now this walkway is all along 21 kilometers and both the sides, which is like 42 kilometers. Then they are saying that this is going to be bioswale. That means as a khadda, sir aslyasarka, and water will be percolated here. So any runoff, surface runoff is there, from the city, that water will come here and percolate. And again, on this slope also, they are going to have some greenery. And why they are showing these arrows? That they are saying that from here you will have a view of river. You can see here, you can see here. So you will have a river view and you can walk, and they are going to plant all these things. So this is a good example of greenwashing. Basically, they are going to remove whatever is naturally there. So lose all the animal and bird, which are bird life, which is currently there. Whether they're insects or birds or animals, they will, because the whole ecosystem will be lost. They'll remove everything, then they'll construct this. And on the slope, they will plant all this, saying that so that birds will come, and all these are riparian species. And then you can walk here. So basically, they don't want what is natural, but they will plant all the native species, they are saying. And then they are saying that this embankments is also going to give you flood protection. So when you talk about native trees, when you talk about planting thousands of trees and grasses and shrubs, then it looks very much eco-friendly, and that's how you justify, or that's how you market the project. Now, we have been saying for the Pune RFD that how important it is to have a natural riparian forest, and we can go there for tree walks and bird watching. And actually, we do that. We do that on the banks of Mulamutha. So again, they are actually listening to us. So they are saying that out of these, 41 kilometers, they are going to make at 3 locations, they are going to have this arrangement. They are going to build this deck, or whatever you can call it, walkway, where you can go here. You can walk here, and you can take a tree walk. So basically, you don't really walk among the trees. There is a platform on which you will walk, and there will be trees around that, and you can watch birds. See, actually, they have shown 2 birds in the picture here. You can watch birds, and you can look at the trees. And there will be only 3 locations like that. That's what they are proposing. Then again, in Pune RFD, we have always had these objections that they are not cleaning the river and that they have to clean the river. So now in this RFD, they are saying, oh, we are going to clean it as well. So what are they going to do is that all the nalas that come to the river, most nalas are really polluted. So they are going to have screens to get the solid waste out. And then the solid waste will be put on conveyor belts, and then it will be taken, and then it will be segregated and processed. Then after that also the water will be passing through rubble soiling. Now rubble is again म्हणजे ते गोटे दगड विटांचे तुकडे वगैरे. So it will pass through that rubble. And then because of that it will be cleaner. But whatever I know is, whatever I have read, based on that, this rubble soiling actually causes soil contamination, because you are sending all the polluted water through that rubble, so it actually percolates in the soil, and it's really causing soil percolation. And then there will be one STP, right, that effluent treatment plant for 9 MLD, that is part of this. Now again, we all know how polluted our water, rivers are, how bad our water is. So there is not much dissolved oxygen, right? DO, they count DO, and the DO levels are really bad. The fish can't survive. Native fish are not there anyway now. So now what they are saying, that at 8 places they are going to have these fountains, okay, for water aeration. So because of fountain, there will be more air and more oxygen in the water, and that's how they are going to have a higher level of DO. Now again, it's very funny, rather than having clean water, they are going to have these fountains, and that is how they are going to increase the DO. Now these are the cost estimates. Again, even though they say they will clean the river, you can actually clearly see that PCMC is going to spend only 8 crores. PMRDA, they are going to spend 55 crores. And this figure together, and plus Alandi figure. So if you see, out of almost 1200 crores, almost 1000 crores, at least more than 950, will be spent on what they say flood mitigation works, means embankments. So this project is really, here you can see 87% of the money is really for embankment construction. So this is a construction project. And then there will be these public utilities activities, means they will build some toilets, there will be parking, and those kind of amenities they are going to give there. So this is the breakup, and this 5% is for cleaning the river, including 1 STP. And I think I forgot to show this before. This is the interceptor line. So the lot of cost is also for this interceptor. So under this embankment, they will have the sewage interceptors. They have clearly written that currently the outlet, the pipes are directly coming in the river. So the interceptors will go under the walkway in the embankment, and it will be going to some STP for processing. Now the sources, they currently do not know. They are saying municipal budget or funding grants from state or central government. And then the other things are, of course, municipal bonds, public-private partnership, and so on. So these are the possible sources they have talked about. Now there is this big document, almost 250 pages of document on environmental impact assessment, EIA. I have taken some interesting screenshots from that document. Uh, if you see the very first thing they say, there is no provision to obtain environmental clearance for river rejuvenation project under that EIA notification. Okay. So first of all, they say that they don't even have to get EC. But PCMC, only by way of abundant precaution, applied for obtaining EC. Okay. So because they are taking abundant precaution, they have gone ahead for the EC application. And then they will take it from SIAC and all the details are there. And there is no applicable sector. So that's why they applied in this category. I guess this category is for development or something. Okay, so if you really challenge, they could really say that they don't even have to take EC. Then they have written so many acts and rules, and they have written whether it is applicable to them or not. So you can see other things they are saying applicable, like land acquisition and water prevention and control of pollution. And but this wildlife mitigation, and I have taken only a screenshot of only part of the table, but there are two times these wildlife acts mentioned, this one and one more time, and both the time they are saying no. Why? Because no wildlife sanctuaries exist within 10-kilometer radius of project site. So they think that this wildlife mitigation is not necessary, even though we all know that a lot of wildlife exists. Actually, they even spotted leopards there when Monali and a team, Monali Kalyan and Sucheta were doing the survey last week. Actually, Sucheta has sent pictures of leopards to us. So basically, there is a lot of wildlife there. So many snakes are there, turtles are there, so many birds are there. But the way EIA is written and the way it is applied is they say it is not even necessary. So what is there in EIA? They're talking about this, all the things which are really not related to environment that way, the way we look at it, like the riparian zone, the flora, fauna. So this is not about that at all. They are talking about all the construction activity. So when they do construction, they will use the best practices, though, so the ambient air quality is not impacted. The noise level will be controlled, and whatever the solid waste, because the labors will be there and the construction will be going on. So the solid waste, how they will manage, how the C&D, the construction waste, they will be recycling that, how they will make sure that cement and all doesn't go in water and doesn't affect the water quality. They will also make sure that the people adjacent to that are not affected. So that they are talking about socio-economic environment. They will also have a disaster management plan, that when they are doing this work, 41 kilometers of embankments, if there is flood, if there is fire, if there's earthquake, how they'll handle that. So this EIA talks everything which is really not related to the bigger environmental impact. And this is all they are calling as environmental impact. And they are talking about that for 250 pages. And most of it is the same as the DP. Now, the important part, flora and fauna. Now, they have not given any details of flora and fauna specific to the Indrayani bank or specific to that riparian zone of Indrayani. Okay, this all they have written is about the whole PCMC area. So this is, if you say Pimpri Chinchwad has large proportion of natural areas, this 30% which includes a large number of grassland patches, 3 rivers and all this. So this has got nothing to do with Indrayani in specific. So this, they are saying the bird species 136, butterflies 50 species and trees 184. This is for all the PCMC area. They haven't given any specifics for Indrayani. So rather than doing this, they're talking about noise level and some construction waste and totally unrelated topic. Now, for any impact assessment, you have to say why we are giving this particular solution, because you give other alternatives, you compare and you say that we compared these 2-3 alternatives and this is the best alternative. So for this alternative assessment, what they have done is they said they haven't given any alternatives. They are saying with project scenario, without project scenario. And this is totally senseless. This says embankments proposed in this project will help protect low-lying areas from flooding. And then it says without this, the flooding threat will be there. Now this says retain water with flowing. This project will ensure the free flow of the river water. Okay, without this project, there will not be any improvement in the river flow. But what is the Currently, the water is flowing freely, right? Whatever the water comes from the dam, it flows freely. This project has got nothing to do with water flow. Again, they're saying that this project will have STP. If this project doesn't is not that, but there are different ways to have STPs. There are different ways to clean water. They are not talking about any alternative. This is like they are just writing pages after pages that don't make any sense. Again, this says that this project proposes to develop green belt in several places. There will be no opportunity to develop green belt. Why? Without this project, you cannot develop green belt. Doesn't make any sense at all. Now, in the EC, I mean, there are other things also in the EC, but here is the important part. Now look at this. Okay, this is the green belt development. What they are claiming that without this project, there will be no opportunity to develop green belt. Now this green belt development, existing trees on plot, nothing. It's blank. And this is the EC that they have got. Now number of trees to be planted, 26,000. So they are saying that when they build embankments on the slope, they are planting trees. So they are going to totally plant 26,000 trees. Number of trees to be cut, 4,000. Number of trees to be transplanted, 3,300. Now they have written that all these 26,000, how they will be native trees, like there will be umber and there will be wavar and all these native trees will be there. Some good looking trees like kusum and all will also be there. So if anybody looks at this, they are going to say, wow, what a great eco-friendly project, because you're planting 26,000 native trees and only cutting down 4,000 trees and 3,300 trees you are transplanting, but there is no mention of existing trees. So we all know that if you really want to do eco-friendly, you can do like this without cutting any trees. This really does not need any embankments. These are the pictures I took in the US. And this is the Europe example. When people in Europe or any developed countries, when they talk about river rejuvenation, they change this to this. This is the example in Geneva in 2015, the Air River. When they rejuvenated, they removed the embankments and they did like this. Whereas Indrayani RFD, when they are saying river rejuvenation, they are building all the embankments. And with the big numbers of tree plantation, they think it's green belt development and they think it's eco-friendly. So that's all I have. And I think I have almost taken 40 minutes. So I can stop now. If anybody has any questions, we can discuss that. Sandhya, I have made you co-host.
Okay.
So I think if you raise hands also, I think now we know who all are there, so we can even unmute people. Oh, Sanjeev is here.
Sanjeev is always there.
No, Sanjeev was not going to be here today. So if we have, if anybody has any questions or comments, more than questions, if anybody has any comments, would be interesting to know. I think you can unmute anybody.
How
You can
are we?
unmute. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a question. How are we tackling this issue in the sense of Indrayani and I mean, is there a team? How are we working on it, Prajakta?
Actually, a team is currently surveying the Indrayani riparian zone. Okay. So they are studying what all flora and fauna are there. So the riparian zone is being studied, but other than that, there is no immediate plan of tackling as such. Because we first have to study and understand more.
Right.
And
Thank
they have
you.
received EC 1 year back, over 1 year back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Ashwini, yeah, please go ahead.
So, okay, I am not able to start my video maybe because the host
Oh,
has
wait.
disappeared.
I will allow that. 1 second. We have had bad experiences, so we generally don't do that.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So, I think you all must have also tried to engage with the authorities. I think Shailaja had once mentioned with repeated meetings, and then some were entertained, and some, of course, were were not entertained, or they gave further dates, and it never materializes and all. But has there been any difference in the way PMC has the way you tried to work with PMC for suggesting an alternative RFD and the similar one with PCMC? I mean, has there been any differences in the way they are tackling?
The way PMC and PCMC are tackling? Okay, first of all, with PCMC, we haven't had much of discussion on Indrayani or Pune as of now, because currently the urgency is on the banks of Mula. So whatever meetings we have had with PCMC were all focused on the Mula bank.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, about the Mula RFD. And so PMC response has been better than PCMC. At least PMC, in principle, they have agreed that they have to make some changes, or they have to save trees, or they say that yes, the trees need to be saved. Whereas the PCMC previous commissioner, who is no longer there, used to say that we have to train the urban rivers, and this is how urban rivers need to be handled, and they have to be trained. So there was not much positive response. There was no acknowledgement of saving the ecosystem or the biodiversity. So at least the acknowledgement was there on the PMC side.
Okay.
Now, how much it gets translated into the actual work is another story. We'll have to wait and watch.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yes, that difference was there, and we haven't yet had many meetings on Indrayani or Pune, because the urgency, our current thing is mainly saving the Mula riparian.
Right. Right. But with more studies which your team is trying to do for riparian zones,
Yeah.
You believe that there will be some positive engagement with them.
Yes, yes. So for that positive engagement, I think we will have some material. We will have some evidences to show what all is there, what is at
Right.
stake.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Somebody is saying only one STP. Yes, only one STP. I think it's a very good thing to show that we are also cleaning the river, whether it is 5% or 6%. But at least you can always say that we are cleaning the river, and I think it serves that purpose to say that we are calling it river rejuvenation because we are also cleaning the river. Same question as
may I know? Hello, madam. May I know which the agency has done the EIC? EIA.
Yeah, I know. Let
Which
me just
agency has
open.
done the
I know
EIA?
the name. I'll just let you know which agency has done it. Fine Envirotech Engineers, FEE.
Okay, okay.
Mahim West, Mumbai. They are from Mumbai.
So I thought some college like COEP might have been given the task to do the EIA, but they have gone for Bombay. Instead of Pune, there are so many colleges or institutions who can do it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Actually, half of that is copy pasted from the DPR.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the same things, even within the same document, many things are copy pasted and told again and again, like how students write a paper, right? Because they have to show that they have written a full page answer.
Okay.
So if you have to write about advantage of something, first you will write purpose, then you will write some description. Again, you will say use, and you will write the same thing as purpose. And again, you will say advantage, and you will again write the same thing as the purpose. It's that way the whole document is written, 250 pages.
What I have heard that many times this EIA is completely run over the year, around a complete year or so. I don't know how much they have gone for it. How long they have taken time to check out the environmental impact assessment as such.
It's not really environmental impact. They're saying that how they will take care of the environment, like noise level.
No, that is different then. It's not a real EIA as such.
It's not
Yeah.
not a really EIA.
Yeah.
That is
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Somebody's asking, as I'm very new to the group, how I can participate. Let me see, Sandhya, is it possible for you to paste our group link here?
Let me try that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So, of course, we'll paste the WhatsApp group link, but you can also follow us on our Instagram handle or Twitter handle. You can search for Pune River Revival and you can follow. So you will get to know.
मॅडम मराठीत बोलू शकतो का?
हो नक्कीच, अवश्य बोला. ठीक आहे, मला असं वाटतं आपण थांबूया, त्यांना 1 मिनिट वेळ देऊ, त्यांना जर बोलता आलं, प्रश्न विचारता आला. विजय जाधव, तुम्हाला आवाज येतोय का?
I got that, Prajakta. I've
You got
posted it. Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
This is for the Pune River Revival.
Yeah, this is for Pune River Revival. So you can see that and you can follow us on our Instagram, Facebook. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I think if nobody has any other questions or comments, then we can stop here.